Moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Brooklyn Beats. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Get ready. At their own 20-yard line.
Okay, break.
56, Mike, 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. He's checking. Crash.
80 weapons.
Crunch. Big air.
Go.
Now a handoff looking right. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm coming.
And to give this time to the tailback.
I got you, boy.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey.
56 is the mic. You don't want nothing, baby.
Operating from the gun. Powell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. And the sack parade continues. Remember last week, they had an astounding 8 sacks, another one there on the opening drive.
And they have the mentality of just attacking the quarterback in the pocket, no matter what. They're one of those teams that says, we play the run on our way back to the quarterback. And that philosophy works for them very well.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here I come.
Now Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike 29. Here we go, D.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
41-yard line.
Check, 47. Watch the pass.
They'll run with Geis. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Third down. Here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Second and 4. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. This is Geis. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
3rd down, here's Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give right side. Swift. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
You better be ready. Put it to him, check, cover. Put it to him, check, cover. Undercrunch.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. The defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Hustle, hustle. Snap.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ready?
From the gun, Howard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Lucky.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Darius Geis with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
A beautiful fake. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey, orbit. 5.
Operating from the gun, Howell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
First down, New Orleans.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Switch gears.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bravo.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Big river.
From the gun, Howell. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
55, Mike, 55. Oh, you got 10? Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
To throw again, Howell. He's looking deep for Bell. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Sidesteps him at the 35. And he's got some space here. The 30, 10, 5, touchdown. Darius Geis, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
On 2nd down, Freeman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
Set, ready, break stones, back. 15 lines, 15 lines. Ready.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's wearing the tight end with it. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Yeah. 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers.
Check right. Watching your five. On the ball.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Five.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
60 Pittsburgh.
The 1-yard line.
Okay, just like that.
Hey! Hit it.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Hit it.
They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on 3rd and goal? So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
They'll take over the 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
To try again after the sack. Haskins, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Check 55 to Mike. Let's get
Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Come on here, come get some. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Deep grip.
Operating from the gun. Powell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Right there, 56. Check out.
Back to throw. Powell. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 41, Haskins able to find his running back, Geis. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Brings up third down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Haskins on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing again on second down. Haskins. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Echo.
To throw on third down. Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing the receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Come on,
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Check 99.
Now.
To throw on second down. Howell. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he didn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw. Howell. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And the Saints
Go.
first down.
70, Indy.
I'm here all day.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch the whip.
Go.
I got you, baby. I got you. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Say go.
On first down, Howell. And that is incomplete here. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey.
Back to throw. Powell. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The end result, 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw. Powell. He's got it to Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Back to throw. Powell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air on second down. Powell. He's going to have the hook up to QT. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. From the gun, Powell. And he's got it. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Second and goal from the 1. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Operating from the gun, Powell. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And oh, that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Let's go, baby.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, let's pin the mirror. 80 weapons. Hey, exit. Ready?
2nd and 11. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Pilot, 64, weak. We got that. Hey, wahoo! Yo, go, go!
58 to Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Geis. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 56, Mike 56. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Out.
Tupper!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
Heavy on the edges.
From the gun, Powell, flush to his right. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now a run with Geis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This is caught inside the 15. And they rattle off a big one. 55 yards. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys have once again taken the lead. extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Each 31. Saints 27.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Ready?
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Yes, yes.
He's back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Go game on this defense. Hey, Jet. Be Griffin.
Back to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Go.
Watch the screen. Check the backer, check the backer.
Look at me. Zipper.
56. Mike's 56.
Hey. I said it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And he he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now, go.
Operating from the gun, Powell. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to break.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Brooklyn, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.